What's up, dudes? It's your favorite crazy cereal, Insaneapplejackz. How are y'all doing? Because I'm doing super duper chill. Hopefully you guys are doing well as well. Yeah, so today we are chilling out with some more Genshin as Way tries to test something new out while also just generally trying to have some fun here. So we're going to be doing the Albedo event, which is the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. This is an event that your boy hasn't even started yet, so GG's, right? We got this, boys. There's totally no way that we're not getting this done. Essentially, your boy couldn't do or didn't want to do anything because I knew I had the new capture card on the way, and that's essentially where we are now. We're here with the new capture card and we're testing it out, but at the same time we're going to get stuff done in Genshin, and hopefully you guys are ready for some fun. Today, really, the only plan is to do this, as far as I know, so, you know, hopefully we could get through a decent chunk of it. Whatever we don't get, I'll probably end up doing myself, because, like, off stream, just because these rewards are pretty cool. They're no free dupe cool, but it's pretty cool to get yourself a free weapon, especially a 4-star weapon, considering that the issue that I was having a lot of this point was the fact that your boy was just running around with the random 3-star weapons, so you know how that goes. So the way, well, first off, I guess let's show off the event shop. Inside this event shop, we have the likes of some upgrade gear, which you can get through the domains normally, but also works out because of the fact that you can just grind them up and get a bunch of them if you've been doing the event a decent amount. There's also the Covenant Talent Up Crown, which is in the shop again, making its first appearance in the last event. So hopefully we can get high enough to actually pull out a crown and just say that we did it. It's funny that, like, the weapon isn't in here, but I guess they wouldn't want you to, like, perfect refine it off of just like this. I'm curious, though, if they'll give you the recipe or if they'll just give you one randomly. Or not randomly, but just give you the sword itself. Mind you, I did do the quest early, though, to get one of the items from the mission, because my buddy's like, oh, you need a weapon, right? Yeah. And I was like, cool. He's like, oh, it's a claymore. And I was like, yeah? Tell me more. So that's how we ended up doing that first. So I was just getting my post in the last 2 places I needed to. So my bad that we aren't actively moving around yet, but trust me, it's going to be hectic once we get to moving. So it all works out in some way. Alright, cool. So, everything seems proper. And now that we're good, let's actually go to the event details, and we're going to go for it. So, Precipice, Criteris chapter, complete the Traveler's Observation Report to access the event, the Chalk Prince Dragon, or the Chalk Prince and the Dragon, the Chief Alchemist of the Knights of Fermonius, devotes his energies to exploiting the secrets of the world and life within it. The limitless horizon of knowledge should not be limited to Tyvit, but even the best researcher in the 7 nations struggles to complete simple or samples of life from beyond their reference. Perhaps the one who has come from far beyond the skies is the ideal subject for the observation. So, the starting piece for this actually begins with the likes of Miss Sucrose telling us about our boy, but we accidentally bumped into her while we were turning in our missions one day, so we're not going to get to see that part, sadly enough, but we are going to get as much of this captured as we can. That's the only sucky thing, because she was chilling right here, like you can see right here, and like I teleported in and I bumped into her while like coming down to turn in my dailies. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Oh, Sucrose is here. Oh, Sucrose is here. I'm assured I know what that's for, and I can't cancel out of the cutscene now. The game is just like, yep. Like, oh, alright. So, I've been working around with some teams and just having fun with people lately. My off time of playing this game, and gotta say, been having a lot of fun. Only killer here is like, one of the buttons on my controller is messed up, and with that, it's like, instead of having a 4-team party, I have a 3-team party. So what I've ended up doing a lot recently is I'll just throw on an extra unit that I'm trying to level up in order to just like let them get cheap experience in the background. Victoria, where are you hiding, pesky little? What are you looking for? Oh, me? I'm looking for a very dodgy person. Very dodgy, she says. Name is Albert, and he always lurks around the cathedral during the day. He looks like he's up to no good. I'm worried he's plotting something bad. Can you chase him off for me? Okay. May the Amino Archon protect you. Ah yes, that good old Amino Archon. That same Archon that you guys were like, oh no. You're like, come on now, we ain't gonna forget that. Oh snaps. Is this the Albert that you speak of? Which, I guess that's very convenient that his name is also Albert too. Go, Barbara, go! Hi, what's the matter? Sister requests that you leave this place immediately. Oh, I've already told the Knights of Felonius all about you and your aunties, I see. Leave? What did I do wrong? Me? Me sneaking around, acting suspiciously, and plotting evil deeds? You guys have got all this wrong. Do you know Barbara? She's Montested's angel. Why, yes! I know Barbara. Why, in fact, I could even introduce you to her. Okay, that might be a little too cheeky. Don't get his hopes up like that. Actually, I don't know Barbara. Haven't seen the girl ever in my life. I don't even know what a Barbara is. Like, come on now. Come on now. Who is this Barbara person that you speak up? What does she do? Where does she come from? Let's see. Many people in Monastead admire her, including me. In fact, I'm ahead of the Barbara fan club. The Knights of Favonius will be here shortly. Oh, that's very funny having Barbara out as that said. It's just like Barbara just got very creeped out by this dude. Like, Barbara fan, what? Let me finish. No. I really look up to Barbara. I want to be like her. I want to do something for Monastead. But I'm just an ordinary person with ordinary abilities. The best I can do is to do some sweeping around the cathedral. You're just sweeping the cathedral? Why didn't you say that? Why'd you have to go all, I'm Barbara's #1 fan before that? But Miss Victoria never listens to me. She just says she wants me gone. Recently, I noticed that no one has swept away the leaves around the cathedral for a while, but if I tried to explain this to Miss Victoria, she wouldn't understand. Could you help me sweep away? For Monastead, and for Barbara. Barbara. I accidentally clicked the wrong quest. Alright then. Fine, if it gets you out of here. Alright then. I like how one of the options was still like, the Knights of Favonius have been contacted and will be here shortly. Thanks so much. Off you go then. Oh man, you gotta get rid of those 9 piles of menacing leaves. Can't have any of those menacing leaves out here. Oh man, guys. Everybody ready for these leaves? Yeah. They're gonna make me do the thing to all the leaves. Oh, I got 4 stacks so far. Do. Yeah, okay, so the commission just randomly was in the way of this. And I don't know why the game was like, oh, yeah, you're almost done with this mission. Alright, well, here you go. But I guess this is a nice somber start of pace for, hey. Unless we can't find his last pile of leaves and then I curse out a pile of leaves. Stay tuned to see if I curse out these pile of leaves on the 9 o'clock news. What? What? We're doing the news now? Yeah, totally. That's how that works, right? You curse out some random leaves and you get to do the news.
Anything the Knights can do for you?
Yeah. Can the Knights help me find this stupid pile of leaves? Like, it's 1 pile of leaves, and I'm just looking like, where? Yeah, I think I'm going outside of his circle range now. It's cool. Don't help me find the leaves or anything. Come on, knight guy. Be a knight. Stand up for the leaves. Or stand down for the leaves? I guess if he stood up for the leaves, then we'd be in this situation still. But also we'd have like a knight dude like, the leaves! Why do you attack the leaves? And then I'd just be sitting there like, Jay, they're leaves. On the ground. They've already been attacked. I'm just out here trying to clean them. Thank you for the lurks, Tori. Appreciate it. Hope that it goes well. See, and there's a spot here that kind of looks like it's leaves. But when I walk up on it, it's like, no, not leaves. I'm giving one more search. One more search-a-rooney. And if I don't see it in this area, we're just moving on to the next thing and I'll come back for this commission later. You can't wait on that wind forever, dude. Like, you know how long it takes that wind to recharge? Why does it take the Traveler like 15 seconds to blow on things? You know what could happen in 15 seconds while you're waiting to get blown? Wait, no. Nah, I meant that. Oh, wait, how you meant that? Gosh darn it, Gus. I just wanted to blow some leaves away. This guy said, no. Ah, screw it. Oh, no, he wasn't the final pile of leaves. Well, time to fly out of here. Where does my quest actually lead me? You arrive at Tamaris Alchemy Store in Mondstadt one day to stock up on adventurer supplies. You have encountered Sucrose, assistant to Albedo, the alchemist. He tells you of Albedo's great tales and talents as an alchemist and hopes that you can look for him in Dragonspear and help him with his ongoing research. I was hoping you would just take me to the map and be like, yeah. And now I'm like, okay, cool. But it's cool, it's fun, it's good. We got a teleporter right there, so it all works out. Girl said, too bad I can't clip that. You know, the sad part of YouTube streams, we don't get to do clips, but also, maybe the good part of YouTube streams. There are a lot of things that I say that probably shouldn't be clipped. Iris! Hello. Joel? I'm not looking for no Joels. I'm out here looking for jewels. I mean, well, that too. But I'm looking for that boy Albedo. Is this him? Is this the boy? Have we found boy?
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
Yeah? Sister who?
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
When you coming out? When you gonna be on a pool pack? When do I get to sit up here and wail? I'm trying to wail. You know, I don't even wail. I'm trying to wail. Come on now, Sister Rosaria. I don't want that. Throw that in a circle. Come on. You make a man religious.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
All the sisters? Oh no, dude. Do you really want all the sisters at the big event? You know, like, there's that one sister that just dips her feet into the coleslaw, and then, like, nobody can have coleslaw after that. And it's just like a whole mess. Like, she's walking around and all you hear is squish, squish, and then, like, it's just all over the floors. It's like a terrible experience. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing today, dude?
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall I fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
Sister Rosario. I'm just saying. Hello. Like, girl. I like her, and she's only said like 2 sentences. Hey, Kinger, how are you doing?
I mean, sure, but...
What? What's the big but in this? You don't even have to answer. I know the answer.
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do
Anchor.
you not find it the least bit odd?
And she hit that full turnaround. Ooh. Ooh. Girl, cute.
What do you mean?
I'm chilling, Kinger. Thank you for asking.
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony.
You have double voice for game. Cool.
Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
This is somebody's grand plan to make a fool out of me. Kinger's grand plan.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Who's not like that? I'm pretty sure people are like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people.
There's nothing with Barbara's trust.
Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up.
I mean, I was delusional enough to think you were gonna show up. Hell, why do you think I made the coleslaw for that one sister to put her feet in? Come on now.
But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
Dang.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've got to get going.
Okay, so hear me out, right? It's a very important commemorative event. Are there going to be commemorative nun mugs? Like, will there be, like, nun action figures with kung fu action nun grip? Like, yo, nun grip? I'm just saying. Mr. Rosaria, how you doing? Okay. Let me stop.
Seems like that nun's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
Also, are we doing better? Are we still doubling now? We shouldn't be, but, you know, I have to ask questions like this. The sister who makes you believe what she wants. Now that's my kind of... I want to say that's my kind of sister, but that might be dangerous.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
I like to drop my E's, and I'm Apple. Your future husbando. How you doing?
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain, or a trickster at best.
A dangerous villain or a trickster. Are you really gonna say that to her face like that?
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where, and you think I'm the trickster?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Wait, she heard that? But Paimon was whispering so quietly.
Yeah, sure you were, Paimon. And that whispering you do totally hasn't gotten us in trouble before.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you.
It is I. The Outlander. The, Toyota Outland? Yeah, I think Toyota makes that. Yeah, the Toyota Outlander.
The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping.
Out here like, yo, you out here eavesdropping. Who the hell are you? Oh, you somebody important? Well, I guess I can't get mad that you're eavesdropping. So here's to not getting mad. Like, okay, I guess.
Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
Getting arrested for eavesdropping? I had a what is this joke, but let's be real. There are a lot of things that fit that scenario, and most of them I don't think I should say on stream. Because Stree is fucked up.
What? Do the nuns of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
Yo, nun cops. Coming soon. A secret agent. Well, nun cops wouldn't be too far off. Apple getting mad? Getting mad at what? What's up, Niku? Also, oh, I don't know. Maybe this is the right chat.
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
So, curiosity, as nobody answered earlier, is my audio still doubling? We meddling? We are meddling! Those meddling snores. I would've got away with it, too.
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Thank you, Kinger. Appreciate that feedback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains?
We're looking for Albert, or Albedo, but it's also funny that our daily commission for today also had somebody named Albert in it. So, hey, we're interested in the truth of this world. Kind of?
If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks.
Why are you noting his tracks?
Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
Yo. Oh crap, I love her. Get in line. I'm already loving her. You go, Niku. You go somewhere. Go get a pizza. Yeah, you like those.
So, are you also looking for him?
I mean, who isn't looking for him? But better question here. Why wasn't she on the pack? Like, nobody needed an Albedo pack. This is the pack I needed. Oh man, Albedo. It's like, oh man, another Geo unit that I'm probably not gonna pull. Always, I could've. Anyway.
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant.
Niku, she is not. Somehow. Of the nuns, maybe she is, but of the general public, probably not. A professional element to sense elemental traces. That is a good skill right there. As far as nuns go, you're fairly mysterious.
I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Cool. Sounds good.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
It should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight. Oh, sight behind... Sight behind sight? Sight beyond sight. How I've missed you. Not really. Also, can we talk about what was the purpose of putting this event in like a snowy event, right? Or like in a snowy field? And then telling us about his foot tracks, only to be like, alright, you still gotta use sight beyond sight though. Like, why didn't we just follow his footprints? We good, we cool, we good. Yeah, those two guys can sit there and chill for now. They're having
Now,
coffees.
little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
I mean,
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
are you implying you know something?
Suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
I mean, Paimon, aren't you always a criminal though? You're the...
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
A busty waifu that can sit up here and deal with warm and cold temperatures? Now this is a great waifu. This is a S tier waifu. They're equivalent to hosting on YouTube. Not that I'm aware of. It's something that they really need to implement, but you know, really it's just liking the video. If people like the video, it gets it to more people, or sharing the video. But besides that, there's not really a hosting on the YouTube side of things. Okay, so we have to get some big damage on this girl real quick, and it's gonna be fun for all of like 3 seconds, because I should have had a fire unit leveled up for this, knowing what most of this area is, but like, that's easier said than done when you're paying all your books to actually like make them equivalent and able to fight. Hit me. Hit me. I want you to up my damage. Why is it when I want you to hit me, you don't? And then when I don't want you to hit me, you hit me. Villains are so wrong. Well, that's a oof, but part of the disadvantages of this cryo area. So if you don't know, this area actually works on the stupid cryo shield. Stupid cryo shield. Stupid cryo shield. It works on the stupid cryo shield. Emergency item. So it works on the fact that like it's a storm out there. So you have a meter that basically tells you how cold you are, and at any point that you hit maximum temperatures of cold, then you take damage over time for said cold. So the way you warm yourself up is through fires, but only the fires that the game approves of, because like if you're doing fires that you personally start that aren't like campfires or other items that are already like game approved, then the game's like, well, screw you. So you kind of can't just like use a fire character and go, I'm gonna light the ground on fire, now I'm warm. Could you guys stop trying to put my fire out? Oh my god. I got a barber at it again. So that's one of them down. And granted, I just put my fire back out, but that's fine. It's cool. You would also think that I wouldn't be using the water healer that sits up here and causes freeze to my team in this environment, but in actuality, she's more built out than my other healers right now, so it's the double-edged sword here, and I know it's gonna come back and bite us, but hey, it works. And really? I kind of do want to get a little closer, Ice Mage. Almighty Ice Mage. I do get... screw the Ice Mage.
I'll race you there.
Really and honestly, I only started fighting her because I was like, it'll be alright fight, but all things considered, it didn't turn out that way. I will say that is the one thing about this area. Like, it's not... It's interesting because it's the first weather effect to actually take effect on your character. But, like, with that little trickery right there, it's also annoying because it's not something that you're, like, used to. Oh, so that's the other thing. It wasn't even that direction. Oh, did they just take me to the tree? He's not at the tree! Also, I could have not lit that other fire and fought about it pointlessly. You ever pointlessly fight over a fire? Pretty sure that's what cavemen felt like. Yo, imagine, like, living in a world where people can see where you've been based on your elemental powers, and then based on, like, their elemental vision. And you're like, I wasn't there last night, and then they use their elemental vision to see your footprints lead back to the scene of the crime, or the party, or whatever. Gonna head to bed, Apple. Will be working. Thanks for working, Jeff. Appreciate it, dude. Hopefully you have a great sleep and a great night. I like how to...
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
Because he likes watching the Hilly Curls dance. Come on now. You not randomly just walk out into the woods and watch the Hilly Curls do their special dance around the fire. It's one of the greatest sensations that you could ever feel in this world.
The word on the street is he loves sketching. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape.
Oh no. That's pretty sketchy. That's very sketchy.
The views and scenery here are pretty good. Sketches everywhere you look.
Isn't this whole world nothing but views and scenes, though? She's like, the views and scenes here. And it's like, yeah, there's some cool stuff here. And not just because it's icy cold, but, you know.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger?
I mean, in fairness, hilly churros are usually just dancing around until people come, so as long as he's not people, which if you don't pull for him, he's not people, then it's fine. The Genshin gotcha system will sit up here and ignore him and play like he doesn't exist. The hilly churros squatted up.
Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
These gosh darn hilly churros. Get that electric wet on. That electric way. Yeah. that electrosis. You would think that there were better ways to say things, but no, not in the middle of a fight.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them?
I thought my boy was gonna be like, why you kill my friends? Which he technically did just roll up and say, but hey, fine.
Thank the gods I'd already completed my sketch. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
I like how he wasn't even alarmed at, like, their death. He was just like, at least you didn't minorly inconvenience me by interrupting my drawing. At least it was already done. And I'm like, you cold. I kind of want to pull for you now. And I said I wouldn't, because I know who's coming next.
What's up with sketching hilly churls? What makes them so interesting?
Okay, I don't know who's coming next, but I have a feeling that somebody I want is coming next, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, buddy.
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my sketch, it may give you a clue.
That just looks like one hilly churl out here being like, okay guys, so what are we going to do today? And then the rest of the hilly churls out here like, very avant-garde.
Wow, look at the detail. But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
My boy got them fast hands, what you mean? Also, when you wear gloves and you're drawing, like, it's just like a whole new game. Come on now.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection.
He has a hairstyle like a female from the 80s. I was gonna say like a protagonist from Stranger Things, but then that'd be like, oh, have you watched Stranger Things? And I'd be sitting there like, no. And then everybody'd be like, well, that's not how hair looks in Stranger Things. And I'd be like, huh, strange.
But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here.
A distinct force at work here. You tell.
In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
I like how my boy went on this whole tangent. He was like, yes, evolution. Like he was explaining the evolution. It wasn't enough that they went on an evolution. He was like, ah yes, evolution, the transition from nothing in existence to something. And I'm like, you just definition us evolution? Did you just assume? Did you just assume we didn't know about evolution? Come on now.
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina.
This girl, Rosaria.
We found your man. I'm headed back.
No! Rosaria! Come back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey!
I have all the answers I need.
What a weirdo.
You're a magical interdimension pixie that teleports in between realms and disappears when you want to, but comes back whenever there's food around. Are you really allowed to call people the weirdos here, Paimon? Especially when you look like that? Come on now.
So Sister Rosaria brought you.
She did.
Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her.
It's not just convenient timing that we both walked up together.
But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
I was.
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
They say it the proper way, which by technical terms is the improper way, because The beaks suck. Come on now. Like, suck.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here.
She did.
Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking.
The whole of Mondstadt is talking, but everyone still has to introduce... Like, everybody has to question who I am every time they meet me. It's like... Are you the one that everybody's talking about? Like, if everybody's talking, how does nobody know me?
I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things.
Knows all of these things about me. Doesn't know what I look like. So is questioning who I was.
I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all.
Yeah?
You came from afar. From another world, correct?
Huh. It's almost like that's on my bio page or something. Traveler, come from afar. Everybody only knows me as Traveler for some reason. It's probably because I come from another world. Just trying to enjoy the sights here. Oh no, there's a dragon.
Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously.
I misheard procure your assistance as procure your resistance, and I was like, huh?
Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
And I think like that only got really confusing because it's like, did my boy just go from average everyday artist to, yeah, I'm gonna become a revolutionary leader?
Whoa, you want to start with that?
I mean, if you find out the meaning of life first, then every question after that's just like a walk in the park.
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain.
Okay.
For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Is that technically breathing new life into it? Like, it's a broken branch, and you froze the leaves. It's like, what's growing out of that?
You can do that?
I mean, he kinda just showed it off. Alchemy is really Alchemy is really miraculous. I don't know why, but the first thing that pops into my head is Ash in X and Y. Every time Clement would show off like a new item, he's like, "Wow!" to science, and that's the amazing wonders of science. Wow, science!
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results.
Do tell. Tell us more about this particular seed that you speak of.
It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Are you saying that you think this seed comes from the same planet that I do? Question mark?
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I thought she was gonna get cocky with him and be like, well, if you're struggling to figure out, Paimon's sure that we can figure it out. And I'm like, what?
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world.
What keeps you from understanding these intricacies?
But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
I guess that kind of makes sense. By analyzing two things that are both not from the world, even if they aren't even from the same world, and you have no clarification of that, it does give you ideas of how things outside of your own plane of existence works.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Does it? Is there any danger?
It's possible, but I will do everything in my control to ensure your safety.
It says it's possible to danger. I mean, I guess that's a given on this plane of existence, though. Like, everything is a danger. And I feel bad for the people that spawn here that never fought like a day in their lives, because, like, boy oh boy, are they in for a shock.
Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Like research. Gotta do all that good research.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off.
Yeah. But I appreciate you for randomly staring over us and ensuring that we hit it off.
Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess.
This
I wonder,
girl.
Does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
How so? There's nothing wrong with two weirdos hanging out. If anything, that's actually the normal part of that conversation.
Let's dance!
Okay, so head to the test site. Is this the direction? No. Let's double check. Also, it sounds like we're about to freeze, so maybe I should find something and prevent ourselves from touching the Frosto. So we have to hit the main path again.
I'll race you there.
Just to touch this fork. Just to be able to say that we froze. We froze. We're freezing. That's not fair, game. Alright, we cool. We cool. Let's see. I really don't have time for you fellas. Like, did you really just come up with like an ice shield or whatever? I'm like, why aren't I doing any damage? Enhance eyes. My eyes zoom into the screen like, oh, okay, cool. You want to have shields now, huh? I just had to put the fire out. I just had to put the fire out. You got to be nice to the next traveler. I say as I do the fire thing again. But like the first few times, her water didn't put out the fire. Stop doing it! Stop it! I need that fire for warm
I'll
reasons.
race you there. I'll race you there.
Please,
Bet you can't keep up with me.
please do race us there. Oh, we made it here. Cool.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
It'll grow into something marvelous. Like me.
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint.
Yeah? I don't know. I feel like magical seed from another world, both the method and the endpoint are important. Like, there's no doubt about that one.
Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life.
Huh.
After awakening, even creation may be possible.
I mean, you're not wrong. Once something is awake, it has endless possibilities. Also, I know that's not what he means.
Still a little difficult to understand?
I want to see a conversation between Albedo and Fischl, just to sit up here and see people's reactions, because everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know why I keep wanting to say sucrose. Like, I know why I want to keep saying sucrose, but everybody's like, "Oh, Fischl" during the last event, and now you got Albedo instead of Albedo. Out here like, Jupiter. Now let me explain what I meant.
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Once again, I feel like this is a matter of both. Doesn't seem like you understood. That's what I want to know too.
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
If it turns out to be a delicious fruit, I don't know, dude. Like, delicious fruit isn't exactly a whole dinner, but I do appreciate the offer, so thank you.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
What's up, Tim? How are you doing, dude? Also, falling down the rabbit hole? How so? Let's see. You sure know how to keep Paimon on board. You've seen through Paimon's ulterior motives. Yeah, we're going with those ulterior motives.
Well, let's just say I occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at.
The time it takes you to tell me that it's a lengthy explanation, though, you could be like a few sentences in. Like, I'm more curious now that you're just like, it's a lengthy explanation. The gotcha rabbit hole? Do you not know who I am? I've been down that rabbit hole for years at this point. My wallet will never be the same. You play card games. That's IRL gotcha. Your wallet was never the same. Come on now. Stop fooling yourself with that one.
The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person.
Wouldn't you say, though, like, all research kind of relates back to manipulation of the elements in this world to some degree, though? And, like, I know there are people that still don't have the visions, but, like, nonetheless, in some way, shape, or form, a lot of the tasks are handled by those people with the visions. And through that, a lot of time and effort goes into the research around them, which, you know, kind of knows the point of, you know, my research was for the elements.
How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard.
Save all your questions, G. I got you right here. The easiest answer to how I can manipulate the elements by myself. I'm an elemental hero. Come on now. Wait. I'm the avatar? Wait. Captain Planet? No. Okay. Now we're just being absurd.
Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
I'm not gonna rule out the fact that she could have extra organs. So I'm gonna say not that I'm aware of, but also imagine it was like the second spleen that made you able to bend fire. It's like, yep, I got 2 spleens. When I was born, the doctor's like, he has 2 spleens. He might burn some stuff down. Be wary of this one. He's a fire hazard.
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
In some way. If I had the answer, I'd tell you, but I don't really.
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap between us?
This girl here.
And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
Paimon, floating child. Maybe it's the same.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you.
Might be onto something, but also if Paimon was an organ, which organ would Paimon be? I met Paimon on my travels. I caught Paimon with a fishing rod. Doing it. No question about it.
Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you?
Oh, totally. Paimon channeled her inner Pi and then put all the energy that the universe could handle into me, and then I formed the ultimate team.
But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springfield to flow backwards.
Paimon's sitting there looking like, he's on to me! Somebody stop this guy now.
No, that definitely can't be it.
Why not?
Hey, how would you know anyway?
Right? You just met Paimon. For all you know, Paimon could really be a 7-foot dude that plays basketball, and in his spare time, he gets on MMOs to be a small floating fairy, just so he can know what it feels like to be short.
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world.
Quite interesting. It's almost as if I'm human.
Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers.
What's the discrepancy in this research? You seem like you had a pretty clean-cut conclusion there. And also, can we talk about the types of experiments? Like, I don't want to be dissected. Firstly,
This mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally.
So, first, you gather mana, and once you have enough SP inside of your mana bar, you celebrate it with a festival. And that's how it manifests.
Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Oh, totally. I got you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
But also, it just had to be slimes. It's the science of kicking people's butts.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise.
Exercise? Why'd you have to take out the cool factor from it?
Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
I mean, I think we're good. I think we're very good here. I need 6 Oshis.
Slimes are fine.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Paimon. Thank you for being reasonable, at least.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Cool. But also, where's my boy summoning 6 Oceanoids from?
Not bad. Take this.
We're going to just do this. And it's totally not fair to use the likes of other units that are born in this world. But hey, you just wanted research. Gonna get it. He said, please, use the traveler. Oh, I don't even have the traveler equipped right now because I had to put amber on so I'd have a fire unit out. I thought I shot him with fire that last time and my boy grew a mustache and I was like, what? What kind of side effect of being burned by amber is that?
No one escapes my sights.
And did it.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary?
I felt a magical ball of wind gathering in my hand and becoming faster and faster until it sent my opponent flying off into the sunset, you know. And there was another version of me standing off to the side of me that happened to help me make it because I can't do it one-handed yet for some reason, but at the same time, it's okay because the other version of me is just me and he's a very nice guy. He likes cinnamon buns, so it's fine.
If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready.
3 emergency potions? What a nice guy. Not a scratch, just a bit cold.
Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
What did I tell you, fam? I'm just human.
Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
The internal flow? I mean, he wants our blood. Oh, can't have it. Good blood. It's that quality stuff. That's that old blood. Yeah.
Internal flow? How do you test that?
Right? How do you test the internal flow of energy? And more specifically, elemental energy within a person?
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power.
Alright. I mean, I guess that's logical, but is it safe?
If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
An elemental reaction inside of your body does not sound like a fun experience.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Right?
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
Temporary queasiness. That's like the biggest injury, because then that means we won't be able to eat good foods.
And in the abnormal course of events?
Things will be very abnormal.
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry.
That's not hugely reassuring. I agree with that. Because, like, what exactly are the necessary preparations? Like, that could imply, here's a granola bar to, hey, so I kind of planned your funeral.
Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test.
So we're going to find my hidden potential?
Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign.
Ah, yes, the bad sign. Which, I'm assured by the time it actually happens, it'll be too late either way, so... good to know, I guess.
Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it.
What's the catalyst? I knew this was sounding too easy to be true.
It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders.
Sounds
All going
good.
to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
I mean, well, as long as we could start production of the item itself. By the time we get to the campsite, I guess no harm, no foul.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining.
Is the silver lining that you get to sit up here and give a speech at the funeral? That's not a silver lining for anybody else, Paimon.
Let's keep our eyes open.
I planned on keeping my eyes open, but cool. Like at all times? Like at all times, broski. How else were we going to see the things?
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Oh. Well. We might have just messed up, but it's fine. It's cool. It's good. It's cool. It's fine. It's good. Yo, where'd this third guy come from? Alright. This guy was frozen and he got wet, and then he just got hit with electro out of nowhere. Oh no, that definitely should have been his soul. Like, there should have been no soul left to even question at that point. I wonder what this booster is doing right now.
Here, should do for catalyst purposes.
Is that all it takes? Just kind of doing the job for catalyst purposes? In fairness, I probably could have just knocked him off with an arrow, but it was more fun to destroy the rock. And I guess productive considering we... Nah, bro. Not twice. No. Get out of here. Trying to give somebody else a chance to do the damage. He's like, nope. Also, activate, activate, activate. Give me that.
This one, usable with a bit of polish.
Wait. I mined that out and they didn't accidentally drop that. Noted. That is something worth knowing. But also, heal time. Gotta get as many heals in as possible. All right. So you're just gonna kind of be there, huh? That's cool. Cool. That's the way things go, right? Double check the actual map because random search area. I guess we'll walk just a bit forward in hopes that it's over here. And we're not going too far out of radius, but at the same time, I think we might just be a little off. Oh yeah, this is the campsite. Like, huh. This is oddly... Here I thought I was gonna see some big hilly curls. Out here chilling like, hey buddy. I hear it. Like something just pinged. And when it pings, it roars. Wait, you think penguins roar? Totally. Like, if a penguin's not roaring, it's not in its natural habitat. I think that should be high enough.
I'll race you there.
And then Albert will just have to do with what we find. There's totally nothing wrong with this picture here. Totally nothing wrong. I'm over the zone that I need to be at. And really, I could drop down at any point and actually warm up the character. But I'd hate to get all the way back down there, and they're like, psych, you needed to climb that. So I'd rather get up here and have what I know is going to happen. Be like, there's nothing up here, as opposed to, oh, it is lower. Slightly higher, because I assume that was it that I just passed. Quads are reached. Oh, it's right here. That's why. I was out here chilling in between like 7 trees, like, hey.
This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Says I'll lead the way. Where are you?
I'll protect us.
I didn't even see you, dude. Like, I'm just a figment of your imagination. Secretly, I've always been a voice. Okay, so if it's just up ahead, at best, just like right here. At worst, they want me to jump off the mountain. Yeah, okay. It was what I was thinking. And not like some weird...
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction.
And not just some weird, like, landmark that's randomly there, like, yep.
While we are waiting, have a look over here.
Oh, I'd love to have a look over there.
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
I'm glad that it's up on the board.
Whoa! Look at all the data. You got all these results from one slime battle?
Shoot, I thought my boy was over here MVPing it and collecting the stats for every battle. I was like, yo, this is about to be interesting.
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses, perhaps.
Inferences and a few daring guesses. I guess if that's what you want to refer to them as.
I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes.
Rational? I would have thought even Paimon and I were more closely related. Rational in this situation seems like the wrong set of words to use. Or the wrong word. That's not a set of words.
Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements.
They don't have visions, but they're made of it, so like, it makes sense at the same time. Like, they're made of the element that they inflict. That's like saying humans are made of hume. Oh man. They don't know what hume is, but they know that it exists because they're made of it.
Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Yeah. Yeah. A basis.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements.
I like how the game was like, you know how you're having that moment over there? Let's have that moment with you.
A cryoregis vine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins.
We're tracing back to the world's origins again? Man. We need a prequel to Genshin called Genshin Origins. And it's gonna have like all the OG units out here and telling the story of the 300-year-old boar guy and how he used to be friends with the first boar who could do elemental damage and all that good.
In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
It definitely get difficult. Because the correlation between the two things would have to match up precisely, and you would have to do investigation into so many things just to make sure that you're not just making a mistake.
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
Yeah.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world.
Otherworldly beings. Gosh. Also, why do you have to keep putting me on the blast? I know I'm not from this world. But hey. Angie, thank you so much for that lurk. Appreciate you, lady.
If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world. Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
I guess it'd be something.
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time.
Was so excited to get the data that he pushed forward in a way that would create inaccurate data, which means that it would all be for naught.
Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
Great, I'll leave you to it.
I like how they had...
Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first.
I like
if
how
all
they...
goes well, I'll hand it over to you.
I like how they had that long transitional walk away for my boy to go literally 2 feet and be like, so that thing I was doing.
In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
I just imagine, like, after he said, in line with my expectations, his hair, like, flies back and spikes up in a fashion close to Junkrat's hair, but, like, longer. Almost like a Super Saiyan. And he's just sitting there like, oh, this is just a side effect.
I've just tried some. It's in line with my remember to keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply. I'll be noting down all observ-
So, just double reads there. Take the potion from the dork. Not the desk. Just take it from the dork. Drink the potion. Yeah. We're gonna drink all that potion in order to sit up here and satisfy the likes of this experiment to see where my elements. Now, if I were a potion, where would I? Yes. Talk to Albedo and hear his conclusion. Yo.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face.
I thought his conclusion was just tasty, and I was like, I mean, I could have told you that. I've always been pretty tasty. It's burning. You drank this?
You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
I'm not sure he tasted that, because from the way they're making it sound like, yeah, no, it would definitely has still left that look on his face.
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that.
Is that a very positive result? What's up, Crimson? How are you doing, dude? Also, yeah, I do some stuff on the YouTube side. It's def fun to put certain things and give myself more time to do it in different ways.
This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected.
Okay, so can you tell me what it means? And can you tell me what, like, ooh, tasty reaction actually equals? Going good, brother, and you? Chillin', having fun with the Genshin. How's the rest of your stream? You have fun with more of that Life is Strange?
But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
So if your elemental flow is impeded, then you're just sitting there for a while like, guys, tastes terrible. Very uncomfortable.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
I mean, it's for science after all. Awesome. First episode done. 2 more to go. Nice, dude. Glad to hear, and hopefully the other 2 go well. It's def fun chilling out.
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig.
Out of consideration for the test subject? What about the risk to you? Nah, we gotta know what his true reasoning is. Just a stream save on YouTube. It does save. It saves as like a regular video, but you can see what people said in like the live chat. And that's separate from like the comment section, but it's still cool. I wish that, well, no, I guess it'd be awkward if it was like saved as the comment section too, because the way conversation progresses in live stream. But, you know, it's interesting in its own way, and it's cool. Actually, so I've done all of my Genshin stuff as live streams and have like a saved playlist for it, so I do like Dokkan pack openings live, so I can get them out on time, but also have like the reactions be as raw as possible.
But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you.
Aw, good guy Albedo. Good guy. Have you ever watched any other YouTube streams, Crimson?
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
In conclusion, we have our conclusion. I don't know what about that bugs me. I know it's redundant as all day, but like, I don't know what specifically about that bugged me. It's like, okay, you know what? Redundancy can be fun in some rights and can really emphasize your point. But in conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. It's like, you don't say.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Like a third arm. A third arm would definitely be cooler.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety.
I feel like you're referring to something in particular, right? Do tell. What is undesired?
The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you.
I mean, that is the good thing about being like everybody else on this planet, so if I ever get hurt in battle, they're not like, hey, yo, what's this? Is that a second spleen? Yo, take that thing out. And then I'm like, I lost my fire powers, guys. So now all I breathe is hot air.
People are the same. They can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another.
I mean, they can. I mean, a lot of things can understand and emphasize with the person. Emphasize. But, like, at the same time, I guess it's your definition of those words and how you expect them to be handled that, like, determines why he said it like that.
When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them.
I give you the thing about the mistake part. I call BS on the doctor thing because it's like, yeah, that works sometimes. Like, oh man, I know exactly what's going on with you because I had this same experience. But like, if you just walked up to a doctor, my hand hurts, they're gonna be like, why does your hand hurt? My hand hurts. Like that's the only answer you give them. There's a small chance you're going to be going home with just a hurting hand. Or maybe two, depending on how easily annoyed they are.
But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different.
Yeah?
For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. Have I explained it clearly enough?
You can't understand it unless you're in its shoes. Which, cool. But also, I feel like putting it on things that we actively are hunting also makes it like this weird level of like, yep, we can't understand their lifespan at all. As you just shake your head like, nope, didn't do a thing. I think I'm getting it. It still seems like there's another layer of the meaning of your words. Yeah, I think I'm
To
getting
sum
it.
up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear.
Okay.
Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Not like I was super fearful to begin with, but, you know, I appreciate that.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it.
Glad you're handling it.
Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now.
I like how if you're like just playing and just talking, that conversation and revelation happens within like however long it took us to look at the telescope. The minute that you're done with that telescope's conversation, my boy's like, ah yes, let me tell you.
Oh, having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was...
That was.
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
I see.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Satisfactory. It's always fun looking at that word or saying it because it's like, okay, alright.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up.
Not only is it satisfactory, but also it's like, But like, it's fine. He can join the Knights if he wants to. You know, sometimes you have to do a little sucking to get into the Knights of Favonius, but it's fine.
What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
So believable, Paimon. So believable.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something. Wait one moment.
Is it going to be another scavenger hunt for the catalyst of sorts?
If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
It might. So, Jeff did just that mission. I'm going to put up the break screen for half a second, and hopefully you guys chill out for a second as I get up and stretch real quick and grab some water. So
Standing around is making me so sleepy.
I need to create something new for the likes of this side of things, but we'll figure that out when we get there. But I guess for now we'll just be fine without taking a break and go super long. Observe the mission camp. The record board. Wait, why is it already? Still, you can tell the progress is being made from the experiment. Investigate. Is this painting one of the investigation? The table, there we go. Looks like an alchemist's work table. Some potions and other apparatus are laid out here as they're these or no, I don't know why I kept saying as. Are these what Albedo used to investigate the world? It couldn't, or it wouldn't hurt to touch it, would it? It couldn't hurt to touch it. Oh no. It might just get up and go poop. Let's observe it. I like how I was like, oh, it's going to be a shelf. And I went to the other shelf and was like, oh, it's not going to be a shelf. Comes over here, it's going to be the table. Oh no. It's the other shelf. Full. A shelf packed with books and potions. Looks like the owner has a habit of reading and researching potions simultaneously.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Probably something somebody's addicted to. Like that, she's like, here comes Albedo, but he's not like in his position of walking. But I guess like that'd be really wonky if he was like trying to walk to us, and it's like,
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
I see. Interesting. Yeah. I like that table of yours. Good table. Sorry, I just came back. All cool, Krim. Hope the walkway was good. Couldn't make heads or tails of anything. Your things aren't organized, oh man.
Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them.
Let's see. So to answer your question, no, I've never watched a YouTube streamer. I got you. My first. Sinbad. This guy here. It's fun. It's interesting. It's a nice change of pace. I do think that it's weird still, like, some of the things that they don't have, like, I want them to have on this side of things, but at the same time, it's like, oh, okay. If it was exactly like everywhere else, I don't know if it would still be as appealing and interesting. So, I know. I want it to do better and expand out more, but that's like an interesting topic as a whole. Grim, what's he scary been? This girl here. How goes things on your end, Tori? You getting into anything interesting?
Well, on with the research.
Gotta continue to add research.
There may be significant differences between different worlds.
There might be. Or you might just be doing a lot of research endlessly for that one world that's just really weird.
Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements.
Yeah. We watched the second movie of Larft. Or Lotter. That's good, that's good. Hopefully everybody enjoyed The Lord of the Rings.
But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone.
I mean, yes, there are worlds like that. Heck, I bet you if the game didn't prevent me from having memory issues about where we come from and what we're doing here, we'd probably be like, oh yeah, we come from a world where nobody has magical powers. Or we come from this world that's like this, and this is why. Blotter. It's like, I want to say it out loud, but it also it gets weird. Might stream here for single player. Very interesting. I know, it's always been my opinion that it's nice to have multiple places where you build out content for different reasons. And like, I don't always do it to the fullest extent. Like, my Instagram's a combined page for photography and like random selfies and food pictures, but it works out. Better than trying to manage 2 Instagrams until I need to. The likes of, oh my god, the likes of the Twitch, I like to do everything on that side, but at the same time, it's fun to be able to break off when I'm not doing something there and do it on this side. It's like, oh, I don't want to mess up my schedule, but at the same time, I want to do this thing, so let's cut over here. I feel attacked. Why do you feel attacked? What worlds me? Wait, no.
So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world?
See, I haven't met everybody in this world, and some of you guys have the elemental powers, but like in weird different ways. So answering that question's like a double-edged sword, but I guess we can tell him about the crystal purification thing.
I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment.
I drank my fill, thanks. Am I battling slimes again? Going what I drank my fill.
No, no. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around.
I like how drinking terrible tasting things was the effort. It's like the slimes. No. That was the easy part. But like, a terrible taste is a lot of effort.
Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Okay. Sorry, I just can't do it. Paimon, you give it a shot.
You think Paimon knows how to do that stuff?
Yes, I very much think Paimon knows how to do that stuff. I mean, like, come on now. If I didn't believe in the magical pixie person that believes in me, who would I be? I have another Instagram. I mean, I know you do, and I follow your other Instagram, but like, at the same time, I'm not posting enough photo sets yet. Let's put it that way. When I start doing more photo sets and better photo sets, it makes sense then. Until then, it would just be a matter of, oh, I guess it's here, and I'll get to it. So, if it works for you, it works for you. It's all about, like, knowing your social dichotomy. And, like, how to balance it out. Like, if you feel like you need 12 Twitters, and you have an interesting reason for each Twitter, go for it. Well, I have another... I see. She's replying for the other IG. She has to defend both of the IGs, so they feel covered. Like a private one. Oh. Hey. Okay, let me stop.
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose.
Can't be helped. I mean, aren't you supposed to be helping us?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves.
Yes.
I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation.
Alchemists certainly have an active imagination. Sure, you're not just peckish. I mean, you need an active imagination if you're going to do alchemy. Because, like, you have to make a bunch of leaps and jumps that nobody else would come to. It's like, oh man, that guy was wearing a coat. Coats are made out of cloth. Huh. Cloth comes from, well, a lot of different things. But in all honesty, cloth catches fluids, and by that logic, if he was the murderer, the fluids would be on his cloth. Therefore, he might be. Like, it's only for family. Well, gotcha. One of those, the making an appearance social media, so everybody knows that everything's cool, but also, I don't want you to see my cool things because all my cool friends comment on it, and I don't want you to interact with my cool friends. Page.
I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising.
That's me in a nutshell. I definitely have a curiosity for things that people are like, huh.
Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Thank you for this recipe.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Paimon turning down food? Who are you and what have you done with my little pixie fairy friend?
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
I see.
Paimon bets you're just hungry.
What's wrong with just being hungry, Paimon? Isn't that like 90% of your story?
It does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves.
I like how She's like, oh yeah, we are talking about food. Okay, I've come around to the idea. I know what you're getting at. I'll save a fin or two.
Good buddies are always on the same page.
Well, I had the drama when the family and friends in one Facebook, so yeah, not dealing with that. Ah, yes. That moment when you make a comment that was supposed to be on a family only post, and then one of the family members makes a comment, and then you reply back in a smart way, and that smart way gets your friend in trouble, and then you sit there, and then they're like, don't be friends with that person anymore. Yeah, I've been down that road a few times. Facebook, am I right? Well, social media platforms, am I right? So, I get you.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results.
Cool.
If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Maybe we'll give something to Timaeus. It's just a possibility here.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem.
I definitely don't think we'll have that problem between the three of us, but I know we won't have that problem with Paimon there.
How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower.
I skipped it. I accidentally did it again.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
So as far as I know, let's just do it the old-fashioned way is the only thing she said. Which I guess that boils down to the only sentiment you need from that. Someone's drifting bottle. The letter, yeah. Slow cook bamboo. So, any of you guys play the Genshin or interested in playing the Genshin? Anybody been playing the Genshin? How do you like this event? If you are playing the Genshin. And like, what teams did you guys use?
Are you tired? Try my new spice.
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the results.
Tasting. Uh-huh. Shut up, sir. I made it. I did the thing. I totally did the thing. I totally didn't just mess up and forget what the new thing is. Crab and veggie, Monasted's finest. Oh, sunshine sprat. What am I missing? I need to refine. Not sugar I need. It's salt? Insufficient ingredients. Try luck in the city restaurant. Okay. We're going to tease it out in the city restaurant and then come back here with his food. Because that's totally the best way to handle a situation like this. Considering I don't have the refined agreement. Ingredient? The refined agreement that I need. Refined ingredient that I need for this. He's also like, nah. So, I don't know what the game was talking about. Try your luck. Like, uh-huh. If anything, I believe they want me to do this, but... You know games. We're gonna just buy a ton of salt. Are we buying a ton of salt? So we don't have to worry about this again. And the next time we do have to worry about it, it's just like, uh-huh.
Go, Barbara, go!
I know why we couldn't refine the salt, or like at least see an option and be like, oh yeah, this is the raw material you need for salt, but like, at the same time, it's not the biggest deal, it's just interesting. Oh wait, I did it wrong. I came to the thing, I came to the thing, I came to the thing. We're gonna just skip through that dialogue real quick. Okay, so now we can make this sunshine sprite. Do we have anybody that has a bonus for... When perfectly cooked is achieved on a defense boosting dish, Noelle has a 12% chance of doubling the production. Same on both sides. We're gonna go with Noelle for this one. There we go. That should do just fine.
Today's recommendation is...
Now let's teleport back to Boy and give him his food in order to complete this quest. It's definitely a worthwhile journey. How do you make a journey worthwhile? You make food for your friends. That's my goal.
That was fast. Looking forward to testing the result.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Submit the food. Submit the food.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy.
Gastronomy. More like gastronomy. Also, I like how that was both an insult and a compliment at the same time. Average results. Great flavor palette.
As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
Maybe they are. Can you show me how to take these limits away from myself and exert my power even further beyond this world?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
It really is. That's why we added so many herbs and spices.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened.
So are we just skipping over that part of the test, or are you going to tell me how to element up the food? Question mark?
And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
This guy, you cook it, I'll be the guy that packs it up. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a great deal or a terrible deal.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
You're Paimon's new favorite person. Not often that Paimon gets this much attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment.
Thank you, Paimon? You know, secretly, Paimon, if anybody hurts Traveler, he just transforms and it just starts whack-a-moling them like, nope.
Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Oh no, you ain't seeing Pydamus Prime out here. Pydamus Prime is Paimon's true form, and like, you get the rolling out.
Hey, you were being nice a second ago.
I think that's the fun thing about Albedo. He's nice, then he's not, then he's nice again. It's like, I like this guy.
But you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you.
Smug Paimon is everything. Like, I love it so much.
And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good students?
Totally.
Yes, I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, moving on to the next experiment.
Yes?
There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place is a challenge at the best of times. A while ago, I had the misfortune of misplacing a batch.
Uh-huh.
I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Okay. How do you get these? Well, I know how you get the crystal fly. And you're probably just going to get the extract by having me capture crystal flies and give them to you so you can extract them. But, you know.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Right.
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle.
It just sounds like we're going on errands for you in order to help you resupply your alchemy table.
If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, lost property would be a thing of the past.
What it?
I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
Uh-huh.
So, guess we'd better take a look.
Is that a book? There should be some elemental traces on the lost item.
Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight!
I could. But I'm not going to. Oh my god. So, I have literally 1 pull for this man. And he goes away in 8 days. That would kill me building up stones for my next pull set. And I'm just like, so conflicted. I'm so conflicted.
Deep breath.
So we're going
Keep
to
going.
quest and reach. Is there a specific area they want us to do? No, so we're getting further from the target, if anything.
Go, go! I'm fine.
Lower area. I think that's where they want us to go. Oh. Maybe it is. Higher. Never mind. Game just trolled me, guys. I don't think we can be friends anymore. Barbara. No. Oh. Cool. I didn't know. Had I known this was a rest spot, I probably would have abused that earlier. I had so much fear that she was about to just like drop off and like take fall damage. So that's the first item.
This must be electrohypostasis powder.
And this is the second item.
Extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right? This has gotta be it.
Oh, totally it.
Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Very much a good thing it's so strong, because otherwise we would have been out there searching for it.
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks.
1,000 you're welcomes for actually having it in your lab versus making me go on some weird quest.
I'm wondering, this elemental site, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
It is.
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Just a little bit.
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat.
Okay. Well, I guess never mind.
Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
This guy. Maybe something about my otherworldly powerness gives me this rare ability that isn't unseen, but is rare.
You mean we failed again?
I guess we just struck out again, Paimon. Sorry to let you know.
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment.
Well, I'm glad at least you're happy.
I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces.
It was a good deduction.
Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning.
Just beginning. Oh, Lord. How much does he actually want us to do?
In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our intellectual and physical capabilities.
Yeah?
Let's start looking out from where we're standing.
Sorry.
Can you see what Sucrose is doing?
I cannot.
And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then?
I would not.
So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her?
I don't know. Seem to just really want to see Sucrose. Why don't you go visit? Sounds like we're still on the superpower test.
Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment.
Okay. Let's try this experiment.
I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Alright. Sounds perfectly fine. Also, is it gonna be the place right below us? No, it's actually above us. Oddly enough. So, at least we got that information before we accidentally jumped off again. It's like, yep, it's down here. Cheating this system of climbing. The best way to climb. Thank you. Thank you for being a whole crystal fly. I appreciate you for that. Alright, guy. I mean, very convenient that that torch decided to be there right now, but alright, guy. I like how she's like, no, I'm just gonna run up this mountain. And the minute that, like, I noticed it, she was just like, nah. Who needs to climb it when you can just run it? It's like, okay. That's enough of that.
I'll race you there.
It's almost like Amber knew what we were doing.
You want us to jump from up here?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time somebody tried to get us to jump from a very high mountain for no reason.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is.
You know a better method than climbing a mountain to prove you're not immortal. Well, you see...
Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake.
And that's a good point, but even the best batch of eggs can have a bad egg in it every now and then.
I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
Good analysis.
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us.
I mean, it's very rational to go about this in the most rational way possible.
Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research.
In fact, a part of the study, I see. My kind of experiment is actually less stressful than superpower part. I like how she's like, I'm good to be bugged for a few hours.
Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
Recording data, he says.
So if we
Here you
do
are.
decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh!
He said, unless you're looking to in competitive research. I'm just like, I can imagine a bunch of dudes sitting in a room and writing notes, and then one of them buzzes in as he gets all his notes down, and then like they check over his notes, and it's like, congratulations, won $1 million, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. I almost messed up too. Final thing is in the river. Oh wait, no, okay, cool. I was like, did I will totem? Am I going to have to do the totem thing before they let me do the next step? Here's Albedo. They're like, go talk to him. gonna say he would be in like the one place, but as he's like right here. Yeah, here we go.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it.
Well, you know, I had to throw that somersault in for extra brownie point.
Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
Yeah.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway.
Just a little bit of cheating right there.
If it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to.
What otherworldly civilization I belong to? Once again, one of those moments where it's not meant as an insult, but it's like,
If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects.
Okay.
The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
I mean, as far as it goes, there's probably not like a pure track for those shows. But in that, I guess that just comes from like seeing some of them be like, oh yeah.
But how does this help your research?
I mean, it's all research. He's researching there, he's researching here, gonna research it all.
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting.
Please, do show me the interesting stuff.
I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual specimens. I hope you won't be offended.
I mean, that's very much a... That's very much a good thing to hope. Because all he's been doing for the last few, well, since we met him, is constantly offending people accidentally. So if he wants to hope that, go all for it.
Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own.
Yes, what about these things?
The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature.
Are they?
I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost.
He almost feels like he could be a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX villain, as he speaks about the enlightenment and the feeling being lost. I don't know, like, maybe somebody that just pops up for that arc, or maybe like straight on they give some character a backstory and they're like, yep, that's him.
All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsettia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
I see. The sweet flowers are the key to superpowers. That makes sense. Makes tons of sense.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to sketch those hilly truths? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
This girl, Paimon, breaking it down for real.
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
I mean, I get you, but at the same time, like, it's something to do nonetheless. And he's like, no, but it's boring.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be like boring to you, like sketches?
More than likely, and then he'll just be like, bye guys.
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me,
You
and
know-
I will remember this friendship for a lifetime.
You know, just great assistant.
Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence.
Alright, how would he test that?
Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Cool. So, we will do this part since he said it's the last part, and we'll see from there. Music is very cheerful right here, and it's almost Christmas-esque. So it's very funny that the likes of Christmas did just pass relatively soon.
I'll race you there.
It's almost as if they knew. Although I guess like you can't really have a winter section without having music. Christmas variety.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Okay, they still want me to go lower. Cool. I was like, are we too low on the map? Okay, so because of its nature of being a brighter color, sitting here like, do we go lower?
I'll race you there.
Yeah. Ooh, cool. Also, I wonder who Amber's trying to race and where she's trying to race them
I'll
to.
race you there.
Oh my gosh. Even lower?
Go, Barbara, go.
Okay. I was like, even lower than this? No game. I think we could do it.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels.
Yes. How did you know?
I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test.
No problem. Wouldn't a wrestler or wouldn't a written test be sufficient? I see. That's a good question there.
I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings.
Okay. Hopefully I find something good.
There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center.
Sounds fair.
As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe.
I'm getting good at these. Where there's a will, there's a way. I don't know if you want to be getting good at these. I'm still scared that he's gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way, you're just average McAverson.
A tried and tested adventurer, I see.
Yes.
So, let's see you in action. Start wherever you like.
Cool. I like how... Oh wait.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
So we're doing the likes of Wisp. Is something gonna pop up when all of these are activated? I can't activate it. Oh, I see. I was like, there's gotta be a second wisp around here somewhere. Should be perfect timing. You go back up here as soon as things start. Oh my god. There we go. That was just barely the perfect time, but we got it. We got her done.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Is it?
Go, Barbara, go!
What if they don't want to go back to their proper place? They just want to be a floating guy on a rock. You ever want to just be a floating guy on a rock? That's kind of how Earth works. We're all just floating guys on rocks. No, we're not. I knew it was gonna piss me off. I knew it was gonna piss me off.
Hey! Go, go, Baron Bunny!
So I'm not bad. I thought I was going to be when he pushed it away initially, and I was like, huh. Here we go. That should be perfectly fine. No, the second one should be somewhere over here. Or is it up there on that mountain again? There's like talking about how the mountain works. Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Won't let you down.
Unless that's the one right there, but then that'd just be really like awkward placement.
Ready, steady, go!
Thank you, Miss Barbara. Now, if only... Oh my god. Like, get up there. Alright. Gotta go touch the amino acid. Give them all the complexities. There we go. Kind of. Woo! You tried to die for it. Like, don't. Please don't. They find out that's what they want, though. Like a full scale of that. I know venti dudes are just sitting here or like
Keep going.
well, no, I think venti's the only one that could do that one cheaply. It's funny how I could jump over these ridges though. That ridge right there, that's apparently Ridge the Unstoppable. if we go straight for it. Oh, we could do it. Dope. Just barely, but we did it. Keep going. Just ignore the mage. Keep going. Got this. Why did you choose to go this way? So weird. But okay.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism.
Ah,
What will
yes.
happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Good old central mechanism.
Explaining things is Paimon's job.
I mean, I guess you could call that an explanation, Paimon. He more so left us in the dark for his own amusement. Which, you know, that's what you do, but at the same time, not always fully on purpose. Ah, yes. The Overlord. The Overlord. The Overload damage. And Central. The water drain.
Seems that the water level has suddenly decreased.
As.
We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
Totally like
What's this?
you didn't set this up. AR2. That's kind of what it looks like. Unfamiliar pattern. I feel like I've seen this before.
To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind.
Yeah.
They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets.
I wonder what it means.
There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery.
Yes, yes. Don't let them come to rest here. It makes mysteries. And more mysteries than we should all have.
Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Sounds good.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once.
I mean, it would be, but also it's better than him just making up the results and being like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're cool. You can jump off anything," and then you tried, and it's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry for your legs."
Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small to mention.
This guy here, you know, the little reward. He's trying to talk himself out of it by being like, "I could give you a reward, but it'd be so small that it'd be insignificant."
Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
All right.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's head back to the campsite.
That sounds like a plan.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
This girl just popped up, and like, I know she's been watching, but like, yo, she just popped up for real.
You didn't leave the mountain?
Why would she leave the mountain?
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been up to.
I very much asked the same question, because she's like, "I've been watching you guys. You guys been up to some stuff." Like, cool.
I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor.
Why didn't you warn us of this earlier?
Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating in all kinds of strange experiments?
Yes, all very weird things, but, you know. Not the weirdest thing that I've done in this world, so... Also a, you know, kind of moment.
I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps you were colluding from the beginning.
Yeah, totally colluding.
Listen, sister, your guard's so high you can't even see over the top of it.
I was just helping him with his research. I don't think he's a bad person.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander.
He could be a saint, but I understand him better. So, you're saying he could be a saint, but he wouldn't be a saint. And by that logic, if he's not a saint, he's not a saint. Girl.
I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
If anything, it would be easier if you just had put that out there to begin with, or if you put anything out there to begin with. But she's like, oh yeah, it's totally a thing about him, because I know him better. What's up, Two-Tail? How are you doing?
No way! Paimon would have sensed it. And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy.
Yeah, no alchemy at all. Totally none.
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing.
Huh. Good to know. Good to know.
In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
I'm not gonna let a potential threat back into Mondstadt. So are we gonna fight?
So, what are you gonna do?
Came here to be sure, so you must have your ways of assuring yourself.
I've gotta hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me.
I have my moments, but we've barely talked. Girl.
I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
Investigated everything else. Came back negative. Symbols. Huh. I don't know, you still kind of sus.
But we don't even know what they mean.
Well, one of them's the symbol for Star Trek, and the other one is R2, so... make it out what you want.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them.
Possibly.
But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here.
I like how she's like, we gotta call the Army, the Navy, the Air Brigade, everybody gotta get here. Get them night boys in here. This is definitely a place of interest.
Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat.
Good. Good.
Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
And one very unhappy sister. Yeah. That's one way to phrase that.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
Okay. I appreciate the advice.
She's gone. So stubborn.
Yeah, but you gotta love her level of stubbornness. It's very good.
Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that.
Maybe she just lacks security. Maybe she's just sensitive.
Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo.
Paimon's like, let's go talk to that boy. Yeah. So. Guess let's hear what Albedo has to say. Figure it out, because he said that was the final thing. Is he back in his lab? Yeah, he's all the way up here. Definitely was not climbing that. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll walk to him. He's probably not far away. Sees where he is. Isn't in like viewing distance, he's gotta be back in his lab. There's no way he's near anything else. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I like how my climbing tendons failed me. You just finished grinding the cryo-regenerative event and the spiral abyss. Oof. Nice. Did you have fun? There we go.
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion.
They do call me Good Timing Apple. What's your conclusion?
You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back?
Quite literally by none. No less. Not really.
Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go.
Okay. So why do we do it in one go? There's definitely something. Nice. Congrats.
But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human from this world.
That's it? That's what I gotta hit him with, because like, dude, we've been telling you that. For the most part, everything's pretty normal. And you're like, yo, but what about this? Let me be sure about this. And like, yeah, I get you wanted to be thorough, but also, bro. At a certain point, I feel like you would have just been like, no, she's normal. Fine.
You couldn't tell that just by looking?
Right, Paimon?
We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted.
Well, thank you for that wisdom, Albedo.
Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders?
Only the gods would know. Perhaps. Oh, dude. Perhaps. Definitely. All the way. I've been getting lit up on this game's story. It's a good story. So, I don't know.
I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle.
Just arguably. A teeny tiny miracle. Not a large meal-sized miracle. It's proportionate. It's a proportionate miracle here.
The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Teyvat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom.
Imagine though, like, some universal force was like, let's send something to a different universe. Let's start out small. And then it sends, like, a singular seed to a different universe. Which, first off, like, the odds of somebody finding it and then wanting to analyze it, okay, cool. But then, like, beyond that, the universe was like, oh, the seed was a success? Dope. Let's sit up here and try a human next time. Like a full-blown human. It's like, oh. I enjoyed action cutscenes. I see.
But after I observed you, I had another idea.
What was your other idea?
Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Okay.
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
A flower.
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition.
I see.
Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
The song that's playing behind him very much reminds me of a Kingdom Hearts track, and I'm just like, oh, alright. Like, kinda like Trevor's Town, just a little bit.
Aww.
Beautiful. It was so short-lived.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
That is a pretty good achievement right there.
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed forever, and it didn't even have any fruit.
You promised dinner fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness.
He has a good outlook on this whole situation, but also I feel like my boy went through some stuff to get to that kind of opinion in life.
So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Well, I haven't wittered just yet. Wonder how my brother is.
Huh? Things feel a little heavy right now.
I mean, it might feel a little heavy, but it's okay. We're swole enough to lift it. We got this.
Don't be sad. You've got Paimon to look after you.
Aw, thanks, Paimon. Even if you can't blow up a pillar with your mind.
Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Yeah? Are you sending him a request right now?
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt.
He deaf about to cry. Like, his eyes turned red as all day, but it, like... Was all this really for friends?
Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom.
So I'm a helpful specimen? That's one way to refer to yourself.
I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me.
Glad to hear.
In the future, if the need arises, can I solicit your help again?
Sure, even if you just want some company. Find me anytime.
Well, glad I can count on you.
No problem, dude.
I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were.
Uh-huh.
But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean?
Mean a lot of things. But also, good job hiding it and covering it up in order to not alarm them!
Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined.
Those born of chalk. But chalk is filled with imperfection. Like, things that you make out of chalk are filled with imperfection. Alright.
If one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything,
Oh.
can I rely on you to stop me?
Yeah, more than likely. So that's Act 1. It is to be...
Look at that. Looks like someone made camp here. Are other people adventuring nearby?
That
Let's
is
see how our fellow explorers are doing.
Act 1. We have 2 more acts to my knowledge to do for this event. But your boy does need to get up and do some stuff. So we'll probably call it right there and then come back a little later because we still do have a day and 5 hours. So after I finish whatever it is, I guess we can do some more and then probably knock it out of the park. Which, hopeful statements here. That's the killer of trying to do an event like this all at once and really towards the end of it. But it works out nonetheless. So, flopping over to stream screen real quick, and let's go. So, thank you dudes all for joining me on this beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you, because I don't know your schedule. Appreciate you guys for chilling out and giving me your time despite not knowing who I was. If you're new here, additionally, if you're new here and you subscribed, welcome to the Cereal Bowl Nation, greatest nation on the internet. If you ain't know it, now you know it. Hopefully you're doing super duper and I can provide you with your vitamins and nutrients for your entertainment breakfast. To any returning Cereal Bowls, as always, thank you for coming through, sitting up here, sharing your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, all that goodness that makes me want to stream longer, better, faster, stronger, just to talk to you guys on a more consistent basis. To anyone that's watching this stream post, I appreciate you guys for chilling out and hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment down below, whether you want to say hi, whether you want to comment on some of the goofiness that I did during stream, whether you want to tell me what team you used for this, or if you did the event. Additionally, if you're looking... Bye, Tori! Thank you so much for chilling out, lady. Appreciate you for coming through. Additionally, if you're looking for me anywhere outside of stream, and you want to figure out what I'm doing, there's the likes of the social media names on the screen right there, but there's also the mega link to any profile that I have that you can find down in the description below if you don't see a name that you're looking for. So feel free to find me and check out some of the other stuff that I do. If you're looking for more content between now and the next time that I post a video or do a stream, there's another video on the screen currently that you can check out in order to more content till then. But also the channel has a bunch of videos itself, so feel free to check out some of the older stuff and see if there's something you like. Finally, lastly, there's the likes of the Patreon if you would like to check it out and see if there's anything that you would enjoy while supporting this content. I'd appreciate it if you checked it out, but if not, always appreciate you guys for just coming through. So thank you, dudes. Much, peace out. That's a wrap, and I'll catch you guys later.